here's a family right here. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
And you guys are from DC, is that right?
Yes, we are from DC.
So this family, you're from DC. Why do you think it was important for you to bring your children out here today?
Well, my husband actually suggested it, and it was a matter of whether we would support the process on the couch or whether we would come out here.
It's our civic duty.
Yes.
It's our civic duty.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you think about it, we're just asking for justice and humanity. Those are the only two things that we're really asking for. It shouldn't be a controversial topic, you know, and I feel like it's our civic duty, you know, to stand up against things like this, you know.
We're not coming to a state house with rifles. All we have is our words and our hopes and our dreams for a better tomorrow. And that better tomorrow can only happen if everybody in this city comes out and says, we demand human rights.
And how old are your kids?
So
I'm 20.
20.
I'm 16.
What kind of conversations have you guys been having this week?
It's been a difficult week.
Yeah.
You know, just the hopelessness that the kids have been discussing. And what I wanted to have them come out here for is just to give them some hope that maybe things could change, maybe things could get better, because these young people here are really the leaders. And so if they come here and they synergize, hopefully we can make things better for them when they get older. So,
As a 20-year-old man, what has this week been like for you to watch everything unfold?
It's been challenging. I mean, it's been infuriating, frankly. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, we've been fighting for these issues for, I mean, hundreds of years. I sent a video to my family yesterday of these slaves that were interviewed in the 40s, talking about, you know, their time, and it's like they were sort of speaking to the same sentiments then, you know, about having their own humanity and having, you know, not necessarily having to be given the right to express themselves, you know. So it's infuriating that, you know, over the course of hundreds of years, we're still seeing a lot of the same issues. And it really, I mean, it's been a call to arms, you know. It's really been impactful.
And as, you know, a 20-year-old, your mother said, too, that it's up to the young people to really be out here and lead the charge forward. How is that for you to know that it's partially up to you as well?
I mean, it's a heavy weight to bear, but I mean, it's something that is necessary, you know. I mean, wars aren't won when people sort of sit idle, you know. You have to get on the ground. You have to stand for something. And I think that's something everyone out here is showing, that we stand for human rights. We stand for equality. We stand for justice. And, you know, the fact that
It's not about violence at all.
Yeah.
It's not about violence at all, not one bit. All this is about is recognizing a life was lost mercilessly and for no reason, except for a man getting on the ground at the direction of another man. And that other man, who was in a superior position, a position of authority, put his foot on his neck and choked the life out of him. That's wrong. And any reasonable person knows that. And if they don't, God bless you, or God forgive you. It's not for me to forgive you, it's for God. And I think far too often we go by a lot of these man-made constructs of law and order, but we don't live by God's law. And that's not to take a life. This is needless or pointless. That's all I can say.
I've been talking with people out here today asking, was it George Floyd or a culmination of things that brought them out here today? For you guys, how was that?
it was Trayvon Martin.
yeah, Trayvon, yeah. I wouldn't let him walk out of the door with a hoodie. I couldn't let him run across the street. I mean, it's a culmination of injustices. And this just kind of boiled over. But this is necessary. This is necessary, and I'm glad people are out. And I'm actually, as I said, very hopeful to see these young people out here, and of all different races and genders, and it's just an amazing thing. So I'm hoping that this mobilizes them and galvanizes them to do something more, to to do something better than what my generation did. So,
You said you feel hopeful. Have you felt this much hope before?
well, I mean, it ebbs and flows. Whenever there's an injustice, we always come out and we always protest, and we have that synergy, and then it kind of dies away. So I'm hoping that this time people will stay together, stay with a purpose, understand the things that they have to do in order to make everything better for all of us. This isn't just about black people. Okay, if you give justice to us, it's justice for everybody. And I'm hoping that message resonates with all of these young people.
I hope we don't fall into a lull of complacency.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to hold people accountable. I mean, I really hope that we keep the same energy for everything, for every instance of injustice going forward. I hope we keep the same energy.
And your daughter, what do you hope she takes away today, or what would you like to get, today?
I take away that a lot of people see it doesn't really matter what race you are. Everyone sees that what's going on is wrong, and I would kind of just like for this to be, it's being broadcasted right now, but for more people to see that this injustice and things against people of color, it has been wrong and it's still wrong and it's still going on. So I would just like for people to still, or just recognize that more going into the future. So it's kind of all I have.
I look at it like this. This is our country, all of our country, and we're not going anywhere. And I'm going to have grandchildren one day. And my grandchildren, they're going to be able to pick and choose who they choose to be involved with. They're going to be able to, gravitate and go through society because they're capable, qualified, and they are just good people. They're not going to take a life pointlessly. So I'm pretty much done. I feel I'm thankful that we're able to be here today, that we're engaging in some type of
responsibility,
and that's it.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking.